So today I'm going to be talking about how to remember your dreams or giving tips about um, ways you can remember your dreams. But I'm also, as usual, going to have little anecdotal stories and stuff in this as well. And then I'm also going to talk about later on in the video, if you don't want to remember your dreams, how to not remember them or get them out of your brain. So for me, one of the ways that I will remember my dreams is if I'm just like doing something random, like I'm brushing my teeth and I'm just looking in the mirror or just zoning out doing something. And then all of a sudden, like I'll have like a vision, I guess you could say, like I'm just thinking in my brain, all of a sudden it comes to me, like imagery will come to me of the dream. Like if somebody was talking to me in the dream, that will play, like a little clip of it will play or something like that. Or if it's a specific location, like I'll just see the dream, like a part of it will play in my brain. I'll be like, oh, I haven't thought of that in like 10 years. I haven't had that dream in like 10 years. And now all of a sudden, like, I'm remembering it. That's so weird. But yeah, so that's one of the ways that I remember my dreams is just randomly looking at something and zoning out, and then the thought will like pass me by and it'll come into my mind. Does that happen to anybody else? Like you're randomly doing something and then all of a sudden you think about a dream that you haven't had in like a really long time, that you never wrote it down or anything, but all of a sudden you just remember it? Uh, if that's happened to you, please mention it in the comments below, please. I would like to read about that and hear about it. So another way you can remember your dreams is to think about the dream. And what I mean by that is like when you wake up, like replay it in your head when you're awake. Maybe write some things down. If that's like a way you remember things, by writing it down. You can make like a little note on your phone, like writing what happened in the dream, like visuals about it, anything you can remember, just jot it down. Again, if writing things down is a way you remember things. Yeah, for me, if I wake up from a dream and I literally just think about it again, then I pretty much have a lock on it, like, okay, I'm not gonna forget it. Or, like I just said, it'll just come back to me if I'm randomly zoning out and looking at something else. So yeah, write it down. Some people do dream journals, and that might be useful for you. Or maybe you already have a dream journal. If you do, and you want to share about how that's going for you, please share that in the comments. We can talk about that. So the next way that you can remember your dreams is by making a voice note about it. And I have in my notes here, I put podcaster. So yes, if you decide to start a podcast about dreams after hearing this video, or you like my dreams podcast and you're like, I could do that. I mean, Ayana Sansyovi's doing it. I can do it too. Then please share the name of your podcast or like a link to it in the comments, because I think that's really cool. And like I said, I love talking about dreams and dream meanings, dream anything. So I will like go to your podcast and be like, yo, this is really cool. So another way that like I remember my dreams is, and I don't know if anybody else also does this, but do you ever, when it's like randomly 2 a.m., between 2 and 5 or something like that, and then you just randomly get a thought of the dream, I know I feel like I just said that earlier, like, it's kind of like the zoning out, randomly looking at something and it passes by your mind, but no, but like it's in the specific prime time hours of 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. and then you just get the thought of the dream in your head. I'm probably saying the exact same thing I said for the first tip. And if I do, I apologize, but it seems different to me because of the time difference, but I don't know. So that's going to be all of that I have for how to remember your dreams. Now I'm going to start talking about what do you do if you don't want to remember your dreams. So my first tip for if you don't want to remember your dreams is to do something distracting when you first wake up from the dream. What I mean by that is like when you wake up from a dream you don't want to remember, like put your TV on or play your favorite song or something like that. Really, as long as it has noise in some way, the thought won't easily come back to you because you're distracting yourself. So there's other things on your mind and not the dream on your mind. So that's one thing that will help you not remember your dream if you don't want to. So my next tip for not remembering your dreams is don't say it, don't write it anywhere, don't talk about it, because if you do that, you're going to remember it. Like, personally, if I'm scared of something and I have like a superstitious kind of like fear about it, I'm not going to say anything about it at all and just hope it passes by and like I feel like I have to be specific about this, but I don't want to because I just said I'm scared of it. Anyway, if you don't want to remember a dream that you have, I recommend don't say it out loud in any way. Definitely don't record it, like write it down. And probably talking about it is not a good idea either. But I will mention that for some people, talking about things that are difficult or bothering you and that are at top of mind will help you move on from it. Like after you vent about it and get it out of your system, then you can like move on and not think about it anymore. So if that works for you, I think you should do that. My last tip for not remembering your dreams is that if you have just woken up from a dream that you don't want to remember, you need to like get up and get out of your bed or sit up and move around, like just walk around, do something that moves your positioning, because if you don't move and you stay in your bed and you stay all comfortable, cozy under the covers, you run the potential risk of going back to sleep and going back to sleep in that same dream that you were afraid of. And I know that's happened to me many, many, many times, and I feel like for other people that happens to them too. So just get up so you don't go back to that same nightmare. So that's all I have to say about remembering your dreams. Do any of you have any tips for remembering your dreams or not remembering your dreams? If you do, please leave them in the comments so we can share notes and you can help other people who don't want to remember their dreams or who do want to remember their dreams and they're having trouble with that. So that's going to be it. Thank you so much for listening.